Hi, welcome back to another. Okay, so for those that are just now tuning in, I normally do MCU reviews. So if you don't know what that is, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I usually do reviews on their shows and movies. After I finish watching them, and then I talk about how it relates to the Blue Twin Flame journey. Excuse me. And this time, it's kind of a MCU review, but it's not really. I'm here to review, if you haven't seen by the title already, Spider Noir. Which is technically not a MCU, but it is Spider-Man related. If you don't know, the 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 contract beef between Sony and Marvel. It is on Disney Plus. It's not on what is it called? Not HBO Max. It's not on Disney Plus. It's on Amazon Prime. That's what I'm about to say. So it's not on Disney Plus like normal MCU shows. Or the Marvel television. It's on Amazon Prime. It's starring Nicolas Cage. So without further ado, let's just jump into it, okay? Um, what are my thoughts? I really enjoyed it. Okay. Something's on my glasses. I really something on my peripheral. Okay, got it. My spidey senses were tingling. I really enjoyed it. I really did. It was a fun new take on Spider-Man. If you don't know who Spider-Man Noir is, it's a version of Spider-Man. If you have seen Into the Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse, he's in both of those. But those are cartoons and this is live action. So Nicolas Cage plays Ben Riley, who's a version of Peter Parker, but due to copyrights and stuff, you can't use the word, or they couldn't use the name Peter Parker, so they used the alter ego of Peter Parker, who's Ben Riley. If you want to know more about that, you can look it up on the internet. But um um so it stars Ben Riley as Peter Parker as Spider Noir. It's set in the early 1900s, maybe like 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, somewhere around there. Um, and it has a old school esque vibe to it. It's set in that time, but the cinematography and how it's filmed, and the actors are also set in that time as well. It kind of reminds you of um Sin City. If you've ever seen Sin City, the show's in black and white. But there is a color option. Now, I did watch the first episode in color, but then I decided to watch the rest of the series in black and white. I loved how it was filmed. The lighting of it, how it was done, was nice. It was beautifully done. I like the actors in it. Um, I mean, it was very little I didn't like about it. I mean, like, um, of course I can always complain about something, but not too much. I enjoyed it. I would give it a B. I don't think it was quite an A. Um, the story was there. It was 8 episodes. I knocked out the 8 episodes in a few days. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Um, I like the fact that it was a different story than what we're used to. I know the world's been oversaturated with Peter Parkers, with Spider-Man, Spider-Men, like we get it. But it was a different take on Spider-Man, and that is what I enjoyed about it. Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed Electro, the actor who played Electro. Um, let's see who who played Electro in Spider Noir. Andre Lewis Caldwell. Okay, well his name was Megawatt. His name wasn't Electro, but his name was Megawatt. But I did like the actor who played him. He was a dick, but I liked the actor who played him. He did a really good job in playing. Um, the guy who played all the characters were really good. I liked Felicia Hardy. Well, no. In Spider-Man, her name was Felicia Hardy, but in Spider Noir, her name was Kat Hardy. I like that actress as well. I thought, knowing how old Nicolas Cage is, I was kind of concerned, but I think he did really good as well. I genuinely enjoyed it, so go check it out if you haven't checked it out. Now, as it relates to the Blue Twin Flame journey, I kind of got lost in it because it's a series, it's not as much as a show. But to me, how it relates to being on the Blue Twin Flame journey where I am at right now, it's the shows being different and embracing your powers, your gifts, Spider Noir, and then a lot of other characters in the spoilers. Okay, a lot of other characters, they receive powers, and you can see how people choose, or in the show, how they're choosing to use their power, and not just superpower as well, because there's like a gangster or boss who's manipulating and controlling people. There's a mayor. Even Kat, she doesn't have any powers, but she's a singer and she uses her power. Like it's a bunch of like reflects how you can use your power. You can use it for good, you can use it for evil. And how you choose to use it is how you choose to use it. But there's always consequences, good and bad, to how you decide to use your power, And there was a quote in there. I know like a common quote is with Spider-Man is with great power comes great responsibility. And then he quotes in there, with no power, there's no responsibility. And I remember once upon a time, when you're younger and you don't have power, you don't know that the power that you hold, the responsibility that you have, is not there, and you're able to make certain mistakes. But then once you receive that power, it's like, okay, well, what do you do with it? I feel like obligated to be more mature with it, because you're not aware, but I don't know. It's like, they say like once you know something, you can't go back. It's just like that. Like I can't revert back to my old ways. So I just feel like an obligation to move forward and proceed and try to, I don't know, do what's best. Do what's best for me. Constantly evolve and grow and learn from past mistakes, but then always live in the moment, because like what I thought yesterday might not be true today. What I believe, know, or trust today might not resonate. I'm sorry, looking at my forehead, I had pimples last week and now they're gone. You wake up in a new paradigm, and then your blemishes go away. And that's, a different universe, old things that's no longer there, but bothered you in the past. Okay. And this is about, sorry, I want to, something telling me to go to this book. Okay, Gangster, Garden, Garlic, Gas Meter, Yally Bird. To gamble in your sleep denotes wealth and prosperity. This is a good dream since life itself is a gamble. Okay, so that resonates with you, sorry. But yeah, so like overall I really did enjoy it. It was a breath of fresh air because it was a different take on Spider-Man. It wasn't as bad. It wasn't bad, but I wasn't sure how to, because it wasn't Marvel or MCU. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but it turned out a lot better than I expected. I try not to go into it with too much expectations, just like life, but I think it definitely exceeded any expectations I might have had. Overall, it was a good show. Yep. I enjoyed it. I think it definitely had room. It could be a standalone series. Would I like for it to be a season 2? Sure. But it was enough action. I don't know. It could have been a little bit more action. I don't know, but it was more of like a detective style. Because Ben Riley is a PI, a private investigator. So it wasn't like a full of action, like a MCU movie. But it definitely was more of an investigative style show, which I do like. One thing I didn't like is how fast he fell for a cat. Love interest. She was all over the place. It made for a good story, I guess. But yeah, other than that, yeah. All right, I think that's it. If you want to know more about what's going on in MCU and how it relates to the Blue Twin Flame journey, please check out. I have it in a folder. A lot of the MCU shows that I do reviews on. So go check out that show folder if you're into MCU and how it relates to the Blue Twin Flame journey. Okay. Other than that, yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's give all my videos. I like to give thanks, so let's just take a moment to give thanks. To eat all the above, you can fill A through D with whatever you want and whatever you choose to fill A through D with. Let's just give thanks. Also, all day long we breathe unconsciously for ourselves, so let's just take a moment to breathe consciously for someone else, whether they're real or fictional, whether they know that you're thinking about them or not, or yeah, whether they're here or not. Okay, your Blue Twin Flame. So on the count of 3, we're going to inhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And exhale. If you're watching this in June, happy Pride Month, everyone. It's about that time. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye.